I'll tell you all about it. That was real good. That was money, first of all.
Let's do another one.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Real Review 3000. I am Chris Knight.
Wait.
Oh no, wait, yeah. I'm Sean Stackhouse.
I'm Chris Knight.
That's
the
right.
only one.
No. Okay.
Shut up. For all you people who think I'm talking like I'm Val Kilmer. Okay, well, it's kind of a Val Kilmer thing. So.
He has bat nipples.
Shut up. I'm not talking about bat nipples. He didn't have bat nipples.
No, that was Clooney, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, God, never mind. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we're here today talking about...
Alita Battle Angel.
That's right. Yeah, Alita Battle Angel. We kind of got in the game on this one a little late.
Yeah, we did.
We went to see it today, and it was excellent.
Yeah, I mean, it was much better than I expected it to be, honestly.
I was surprised. I know I heard a lot of people talk about the CGI and how good it was, and it was very good. I mean, the movie was fast. The parts that really relied on CGI more than anything were fast-paced. And for me, CGI is purely relying on how fast-paced the scenes are because it helps hide flaws.
Yep.
The slower it goes, the
faker it looks.
The faker it can look. But even in the slow parts, they did very good. They took obviously they took a lot of time, like focusing on her lips when she talked, her eyes. The scene where when she wakes up at the very beginning and they focus in her eyes, I was so like, oh my God, the irises, the pupils, everything were moving at different rates. It was like it was a real eye, and it looked like a real eye. And that was crazy.
I mean, but I would expect nothing less of something that was connected to James Cameron.
I mean, you know, the first person that ever actually had a scene with CGI was actually George Lucas, in young Sherlock Holmes. The scene where there's a stained glass scene, and Industrial Light and Magic did it with CGI. But the first scene that actually used CGI in an interactive way, that was very interactive with the actors and stuff, was actually The Abyss, which was it's James Cameron.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I mean, come on, man. I saw The Abyss maybe like twice, 20-some-odd years ago.
But The Abyss was the introduction to what could be done with it. And then he took it one step further in Terminator
2?
Oh, very good. Terminator 2, that's right. How did you know that? I didn't do any sort of... Anyways. Terminator 2 did a great job with it, and ever since then, it's just exploded. But I think James Cameron, since this was his movie originally, he is the type of person that knows how to use CGI in a very non-fake way.
Yeah. Try
to integrate it. I say that, you know, it kind of misses the mark on Avatar in a way, but Avatar was very beautifully done. When it's all CGI, when they're in the CGI world, it's mostly CGI, so you don't notice it as much.
I think the top three, and there would be a fourth for an honorable mention, but the top three filmmakers I think that could do CGI the best would be Lucas, Cameron, Spielberg, and honorable mention Robert Zemeckis.
Sure. And I think that since Cameron started this movie and it was his direction,
he had passed it off to Robert Rodriguez, who has worked under Cameron with him for years.
But the CGI is just—it's phenomenal in this movie. And
I wish we'd have seen it earlier, like when it was out, because there were no offers of 3D viewing.
No.
I would have loved to see this in 3D. That's how good the CGI actually was.
You know, I think the story was really well. I mean, you got to go into it understanding that this is a Japanese or an Asian illustrated
manga. Is that what they're called?
Magma or Magna. Or
Maga.
Maga. Yeah. It's very Asian in influence how it's shot. You get a lot of starting points and a lot of stopping points, so it kind of can get disjointed. And there are parts where it's very obvious. Other parts, it's okay.
But there's nothing that really pulls you out of the movie.
No. You're just waiting for the next scene, and it's very much done like that. It's not like Star Wars where it's a wipe. You're here, now you're here, but you know it's the same moment. You do get an idea that when it goes to black, you are stopping this moment.
And why you
you're
gotta
moving
bring
to the
race
next.
into everything?
I don't bring race into everything.
Why couldn't you say when it goes to white,
'Cause
or
it
it
didn't go to
goes to
white.
gray,
It didn't go to
or
gray.
goes to orange?
Did it go to orange? Am I just colorblind?
I thought I saw Garfield a couple times.
Okay. Well, anyways, it does stop a point, and then when you pick back up, you know that some amount of time has moved on.
Yes.
Sometimes it is more noticeable than others, but nothing, like Sean said, that messes with the movie too much.
No.
The storyline was very strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
It was really well written and very well acted.
Yeah.
The actress who plays Alita, I forget her name, but I will be keeping an eye out for her future projects because she was really, really good.
Yeah, and what's his name? Blofeld, the doctor guy.
Oh.
I watched James Bond, so I just right now know him as Blofeld. I know he's been in a lot more, but I'm going to call him Blofeld. He isn't evil in this. He's a good doctor, and it's awesome. He turns out to be this badass, bounty hunter kind of.
Yeah, but in the beginning, people might think that he is a bad guy.
Yeah, they frame it that
There's
way.
a little bit of misdirection in the beginning.
But again, it's like it does have, that first half, the first third of the movie. You get this idea that, you hear about murders and this and that. And it kind of gives you the idea that the doctor's doing it.
Yeah.
And then when you find out that no, he's not, that jumps then and gives you a new storyline. We go off the original storyline, which is just trying to figure out who Alita is. Her experiences in her new world, because she doesn't remember anything. And this guy trying to mentor her into that new world. And then as soon as it gets to that point, when she finds out, oh no, he's this bounty hunter guy, it cuts that storyline off and jumps into now we have this storyline.
So when we found out that the doctor absolutely was not the murderer, Jennifer Connelly shows up, and I thought maybe she was going to be the murderer.
Yeah.
But then she turns out not to be the murderer, and there's a guy in charge of everything, and he's called Nova. And I wonder if it's not the Goblin King.
That's not the Goblin King. He's dead, unfortunately.
Yeah, they didn't really show the bulge in his pants, so we couldn't tell for sure.
Hey, don't bring that up because I got bad gifts for that. People know that. So, anyways, they do well. That was a very good. Just forget what you've been seeing. We're going this way now, and they go into this whole storyline that you find out that they're taking parts off of people that because they're a bunch of hybrid
Cyborgs.
people, cyborgs, half human, half cyborg, all cyborg, whatever. It's a very
Yeah, like Alita, her core was human, like from
no, it wasn't human. It was
her
alien.
brain was.
Her brain was a teenage brain.
Yeah, a teenage girl brain, her face, and
Yeah.
Everything, but her heart was like something that there
Mars,
was no
used-
technology. That technology did not exist anymore, and not for like 300 years.
You know what? This kind of felt like in this. You may not. I don't know how much you've seen of this stuff, but if you've seen Robots, this kind of has a Robots feel. The movie.
Yeah, I saw
Well,
it years ago.
Just the way it is. There's a bunch of different things being cyborgs and stuff, so it's very eclectic on what you see on screen. There's some humans, but you have a lot of robots looking things, very different, mix and match parts, things like that. It's very dirty and gritty looking in a clean way.
Yeah, not Tim Burton Gotham City gritty,
No.
but yeah.
But what else it reminds me of is a mix between the Robots movie and several of the Final Fantasy games. You get the floating city, things like. I got a lot of Final Fantasy storylines kind of mixed in here, and maybe it's just because I like the games. But I think those people who like the games will understand. If you've seen this movie, you would be like, "Yeah, I can see that."
But see, when I saw the floating city, when I saw it for the first time, the first thing that came to my mind was Independence Day.
It kind of looked like that the way they did it.
Yeah.
But you know that the city is the important place that everybody wants to go.
Yep.
You get this roller ball game, which is at the beginning just kind of thrown in there, and when you throw it in and she starts practicing it out in the street with the kids and all that, You get the idea that this is where the storyline's going to go.
Yep.
And then they kind of leave it and say, no, we're not talking about this right now.
And it was really cool how she started to rediscover her past, because when the doctor brings her back, she has completely no memories. She has complete amnesia, and so she starts remembering a little bit at a time, and that whole journey was very, very cool.
It is, and it explains everything.
Yes. Now everything that when she turns out to be so powerful at the end, she is definitely not a Mary Sue.
Oh no,
because she had all of these abilities before she was scrapped.
Yeah. So it's all there, but it's a moment of everything she does eventually, like the rollerball, the first thing, she kind of just does it instinctively. She doesn't even know what she's doing. She's like, okay, but her brain starts saying, I'm going to do this. And she sees this kid she's trying to get this ball from, and the kid kind of embarrasses her.
Yep.
And then she goes and she focuses on it, and that becomes her objective, and her body
She body checks that dude.
Her body, though, because of the way she's wired, instinctively does it for her the first time. And she doesn't understand it necessarily, but she knows that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so she does a lot of this stuff where she starts doing things just instinctively, and she doesn't know how she's doing it, but as she goes along, she's like, okay, so if I can do this when I want to do it, what if I think about doing this? Can I do this? And she does it. And so she starts kind of putting things together until the end, when she finally figures out this is what I am, and she gets enough information to there, then she knows what she can do. And she understands, I can do this. It's not, let me think about it and see if I can do it. It's, no, I know I can do this now.
Yep.
So by the time you get there, she has gone through a journey enough that she has pieced together enough during the movie that you can believe everything that happens.
Yeah.
Even more so than if you see our Captain Marvel review. This is even more so not a Mary Sue. Captain Marvel...
Not a Mary Sue.
I can understand
I can
some
see
people's
where people
arguments.
come... Yeah, I can see where they're coming from on that.
But, if you're going to put it on a scale of 1 to 3 on the Mary Sue rating, 3 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, you would have 3 as Ray. You would have 2 as Captain Marvel, and this would be a 1.
Alita would be a 1, yeah.
And maybe some people would say Ray's at 20, 30, 40, 100.
Well, okay. Just understand that 3 is like full-blown Mary Sue in this case.
I don't agree with that necessarily, but, I'm crazy, so it's okay.
He actually likes Last Jedi.
I do.
Poor deluded fool.
And Solo. And Hulk.
You mean Ang Lee's Hulk?
Yes.
Well, which was
and the Incredible Hulk.
piece of trash.
I'm crazy, I tell you. I go to see movies, not to read people's remarks on it.
Oh. So,
anyways,
out of 5, what would you give this?
4. It's solid 4, verging on 4.5.
Oh,
but
yeah.
4, definitely.
I would definitely say 4, 4.5 almost. It's a very solid film. If you've not seen it yet, go check it out before it's out of the theaters. Even if you have to catch like a matinee on a weekend or something.
Yeah, really quick, let's get to this part. How many endings does a movie have to have?
1.
Okay, how many endings does this movie have?
3?
3? Yeah, it's not separate endings that they shot just in case you didn't like one. The ending is definitely maddening. It's like, okay, it can stop here.
Yeah, it could have stopped in 3 different sections.
Wait, hold on. It can stop here.
Yeah.
What?
That's my
Okay,
biggest
now it can
complaint.
stop.
That's my biggest complaint about the movie, but it does not take anything away from it.
Each part of it is respectable. You understand why they did it. But at the end, it does get kind of disjointed, very much so. And like, okay, I get the point. But
a very solid film overall.
Maybe that's the 1 star I'm going to take away from it. And it didn't hurt it.
No.
But
that's my main criticism, and that's nothing.
Before it's out of the theater, definitely go see it in the theater. It's a theater movie.
And if your theater offers it in 3D, definitely check it out in 3D, because
awesome.
I wish we could have seen it.
Yeah.
But those are our thoughts on Alita Battle Angel. I hope you like them. If you liked it, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and if you didn't like it,
you know what? You can kiss my rosy white ass. Alita Battle Angel, Game Face on
take 95.
Take 219.